Hi, we offer something unusual in terms of a way that you can capture recordings from your guests at a wedding. And I wanted to briefly describe that, also talk about something unusual that we do that a lot of people don't initially understand, and I wanted to talk about why we do it. But for starters, in case you're unfamiliar, this is a vintage phone. It's from the 1960s. These are retro phones. They're modern phones, but they're made to look like older styles. This is a 1940 style black retro phone. This is a brass and wood phone, and we have 20 other models. And basically the way that these work is you put them out at your wedding. People will pick up the handset. They'll hear a message from the bride and groom, and then they will leave their recording. And a lot of people think of this as a alternative or as a replacement to this, a written guest book. And I would like you to make a mind shift, because if you want to get the most number of recordings and have as many people contribute as possible, this is the unusual thing that we do that I want to walk you through, which is we provide a dial-in number with all of our physical phones. The physical phone is actually an add-on to the basic live phone record service, which has a dial-in number as well as a optional QR code where people can scan the code with their phone and that will dial into the live phone record service for them. So the reason that I want you to make this mind shift is, if you think about this physical guest book, it is locked in to space and time. And what I mean by that is it's sitting on a table at your reception, and people have to walk up to it during the hours of your reception and write in it. And although this has a lot of advantages to writing in a guest book, people can talk a lot faster than they write. People are more natural than they write. This is a natural conversation piece. People are drawn towards it. They just naturally want to pick it up. And so it just lends itself to higher quality messages. The mistake that people make is they just focus on this physical phone. And the reality is some of the best messages that come in on that dial-in number. A lot of people think, oh, well, that dial-in number is for people that can't make it to the wedding. And although that is true, the dial-in number is so much more than that. And to describe why it's so much more, I'll go back to this. This is fixed in a certain place and a certain time. The dial-in number, you have that for a full year. And so if we think about the wedding journey, and we think about the end of the wedding journey, which is the thank you cards that you're writing to the people that came to the wedding, a lot of couples get so many recordings just by saying in the thank you card, if you didn't see the vintage phone, or if you saw it and you didn't get a chance to talk in it, please, we'd still love to hear your voice. You can dial this number or scan this QR code. And what that does is it collects people that saw the phone, thought they would get back to it, but never did, or maybe they saw the phone but didn't really know what they would say. But now after the wedding, they've had some time to think, or they have time to think when they have the thank you note, and that really can collect a lot of people. On the other side, if you think about, well, what's the beginning part of your wedding journey? Well, it's probably to save the date, but if you think about the thing right after that, it's the wedding invitation. And a lot of couples will use this for RSVPs. And although you can get, through the Knot or Zola, a wedding website that includes RSVPs, what you get at the end is a spreadsheet with people's names and their meal choices and whether they're coming. And if instead you said, please RSVP by calling this phone number, tell us if you're coming, tell us your meal choice, and then give them a prompt that is congruent with the beginning of that wedding journey. Something like, we'd love to hear what you first thought about when you heard that we were a couple or that we were together. or as we embark on our journey, we'd love to hear marriage advice either that you've heard and you always thought it was good marriage advice, or maybe if you're married, kind of things that you've learned. And although it does make managing the RSVPs a little bit more manual, because you'll have to make that spreadsheet yourself instead of having it automatically compiled by a piece of software, the messages that you get are so much richer. And everything in between, every event during that wedding journey is also an opportunity to use that dial-in number, whether it's wedding showers and people put them out and get lots of great messages, bachelor or bachelorette parties, even the bride saying yes to the dress, because if you think about it, one of the most important people isn't there to hear what the bride thought about the dress, and so she can call in and kind of record her experiences in real time. So hopefully with that kind of mind shift of this isn't just a replacement for this, and the dial-in number isn't just for people that can't make the wedding. It's a tool that you'll appreciate, and it's actually a tool that your guests appreciate, because you are doing them this big favor by throwing this wedding party for them. And you are writing a thank you card to them. But if you think about it, the only real way that they have to thank you is to say thank you at the wedding, but we know that time with a wedding couple is kind of limited. And so a lot of people are very thankful that they're able to pick up the phone and say how great the wedding was, or how great you looked, or how they appreciate the two of you as a couple. And really leveraging that dial-in number is a part of it. So hopefully that's helpful.